I think this is an unrealistic standards thing. I think this is a waiting till it's too late thing. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You already know what to do, guys. Leave a like on the video, comment and sub. Let me know what you think of the video. Also, let me know what you think of my background, trying out something new, trying to make the channel a bit more easier to maintain. The way I've been doing it before, the editing was tedious. So I started getting to a point where it wasn't really fun to do the editing. So this is me trying out something new background, new software, new applications to try and see how I can manage the channel moving forward without the tediousness. So give me some advice. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the sound, the look. Let's check out today's video, guys.
So I just went to brunch with a couple of my homegirls after church, and there were 5 of us. 4 of us were black, 1 was white. And the 4 of us black girls were single, and the white girl is in a happy, healthy, thriving relationship. Her partner is Hispanic, and they have been dating for a few months now, but like the normal progression: met, hit it off, went on a few dates, got in a relationship, long distance right now, meeting parents soon. Like the normal. Okay, no gray, no limbo, no nothing like that. And then me and my black homegirls are talking about our relationship status, and all of us are
single.
All of us are single.
Okay.
For sure. All of us are like actively dating, some more active than others. But nonetheless single. But then we're kind of telling the stories of like the guys that we're talking to or have gone on recent dates with, and like these struggle stories are insane.
Okay.
And for reference, we're all in between 27 and 29, maybe 30. Why is this a commonality with me and all my black girls? Like faithfully. Not just this group of black girls.
This is a common problem now that we're seeing, which I've been talking a lot about on my channel, which is that women tend to like wake up when they get to about 29, 30. But prior to that, it's always been really high standards and high call for the men that dare to approach them or come towards them. But once they hit like 28, 29, 30, you start getting to the rush phase, the part where the standards kind of drop. It shouldn't be like that. I think there's a lot to be said for unrealistic standards that have been set from when early 20s, mid 20s, only to drop them when you get to 30. There's a lot to be said for that.
But like so many, my closest friends, my black girlies that I've met on assignments, out, like all my black girlies that exclusively date black men are on a struggle bus.
But is that a black man thing? I don't think it's a black men thing. I think it's universal. If there's anything that the current social media world is teaching us now, is that we can hear everybody collectively at once. And there's a massive dating crisis. There's a massive war, should I say, for lack of a better word, between the genders. And the men are basically saying that women are setting unrealistic standards. And the women are saying, well, you need to man up. And talk less of feminism versus red pill, like the whole shebang. So we're hearing everyone at once. So it's not just a black men thing. I think there's an issue going on here where there needs to be some accountability, some from the men and some from the women. But I'm not sure where she's going with this. Let's see.
And a part of me is like, just get off the bus, date other races. Start dating any other race. And there is something in my stomach that immediately just gets sick at that thought. Okay. I want black love. I once read this article, and it was saying how black women need to start dating outside of their race because it's not working. Like, it broke down all these statistics and all these things. And I did a poll on my Instagram story, like, would you rather date down or date down within your race? So date down with a black man. So
okay, that I was about to say, what does she mean by that? So I think what she's trying to say, well, let me let her say it, but is that instead of going for the perceived high standards but in other race, I say perceived because, like I said, this is a universal issue, just settle for this is how black men are anyway, so you can't get any better than that. I think that's what she's trying to say.
Let go of some of your non-negotiables, a man that makes less than you, a man that like whatever your non-negotiables are, date down from those. or date white. And a majority of black women said they would rather date down.
That's interesting. So a majority of black women are saying that rather than date another race, they would rather settle for how they perceive black men to be, which is that's another discussion for another day in terms of what black women see black men as. Because I personally believe that black women have completely stigmatized black men. And I don't know why it is, but like we clash too much. There's already a gender war, but there's a special thing between black men and black women. I don't know what it is.
And I'm like, what is the chokehold? I'm asking myself, what is the chokehold? Like, I myself would rather date down than date outside of my race. And it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I wish I had more to say than that. I am very frustrated with dating at this point, and I get the girlies that are like, decenter men and focus on your relationship with God and focus on your friendships and da 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 da.
I hate that. I really do. I really do. I think that statement is used wrongly. Because when I speak to women these days, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you to secure family. I'm telling you to be... Because it looks like they use that statement to kind of, what's the word? Comfort women who are single or women who are not successful in their marriage. You're not saying that to guys. You're not saying that to guys. And I believe in women and men being intentional. Like, be intentional. All this, focus on yourself and focus on... You should be doing that anyway. You do that anyway when you're trying to make major decisions like get a job or travel or what. You're focusing on God. You give God his place. But while you're doing that, the Bible says, in all your ways, acknowledge him. So don't then be unsuccessful somewhere and then because of that say, oh, well, I'm just focusing on me. Stop it. I really hate that statement.
That's what my 20s has been all about. My friends, traveling, catching a flight, doing whatever I want to do, spending money willy-nilly. Like, that's what I do.
You see what I mean, guys? So this is another point that has been raised, that women spend their 20s, 18s, upwards, basically messing around, not being intentional, traveling, doing all the do me stuff, and then wake up at 30 and go, oh yeah, I need to be married. Stop it.
Like, y'all not trying to come home to the same person every day? Y'all not trying to fold his laundry?
Exactly.
Y'all not trying to cook dinner? Y'all not trying to go to Pilates after you make your kids lunch? Oh, we got different goals.
The thing that I picked out from that is that she's just another woman who's waking up in her 30s. Well, I'm assuming she's the 29 or 28 because she does look young for, well, she looks young. So I'm assuming she's one of the many women who have spent their 20s, early 20s, being like, you know, giving all the attitude to all the men around them, setting unrealistic standards for the men who come for them, raising the bar so high that it's impossible for them to get found, and then get to 28, 29, 30 and then start going, oh crap. That's my thing. Because I'm very, very much a champion of people being intentional from their early 20s. Be very intentional. Yes, you're getting educated. Yes, you want to travel. Yes, you want to see the world and learn the world and, you know, form your own belief system. While you're doing that, be intentional of pairing up with somebody. You can't just wake up one day at 30 and then decide, oh yeah, I want to take this. You're late. Unless you planned it like that, unless this is what you wanted to do, then fine. But you can't do this thing. You can't have your cake and eat it, basically. You can't go from not wanting men to approach you, go from being a bit stuck up and giving attitude and whatever, and then wake up at 30 and go, oh, all men are trash or nobody approaches me. I really don't like it. But it is good for her to be having these conversations. Should it be a conversation about race? No. Of course, Africans and black people in general are some more super than others, but we're very protective of our race. But I don't think that we should focus on that being the issue. Really and truly, in every race, right? Even when you don't make it a race thing, there will be people who would desire and successfully marry outside their race, marry outside their people. Like even back in my, country, there was no white or black, but people were marrying outside their people, and there's always an issue, but they do it anyway. But once you make it a thing, then people will start doing it. There's something about people rebelling against the norm. Once you say do not because race, that's when people will do it more. So I don't think this is a race thing. I think this is an unrealistic standards thing. I think this is a waiting till it's too late thing. I think this is a women and men, and I think majority women, dropping their responsibility of the dating game. Everything has been placed on the man. And then while that's happened, the world has changed. There's more equality now. Women are doing the same thing as men now. So that dynamic needs to change. The dynamic of who does what has to change, right? If you're gonna label men toxic, if you're gonna say men has to pay for everything and all those kind of stuff, and then still keep the old traditional stuff, it's not gonna work. So there needs to be some form of dynamic play here. And I think women have to solve that problem themselves, or else we're just gonna keep getting these type of discussion. The internet is showing us, right? No matter how much women say women power, no matter how much women say they don't want men, blah, blah, blah. Here is the result of what's going on. Women are feeling the brunt that men are not approaching. Marriages are becoming less. Forget divorce. There's going to be a new stats, I'm sure, at some point. The marriages are not even happening. Right now, we're all focusing on the fact that divorces are filed at a higher rate. At some point, you're going to see that there's a steep decline. Having said that, though, like I said in one of my previous videos, in closed communities, marriages are happening as normal. She's talking about church. They're happening as normal. It just depends. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I think when she said the dating down thing, I get what she meant, which is that to drop your standards. But my thing is stop setting unrealistic standards. And I'll be interested to hear what her standards are. Making more money, how much is more, that kind of stuff. Tall, six pack, what are her standards and what would she be dropping? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Guys, remember, I do have a reaction channel. Please go over there, give me a like, comment and sub. And if you enjoyed my video here, please give me a like, comment and sub. I'll see you in my next video.